Oh, it says I'm live. Greetings, blessings, with honor and respect, I give to you from the infinite creator. I send to you my prayers of warmth, happiness, compassion to each one of you. I'm your humble host, Mr. David Null, also known as Hawkeye Two Feathers. And this is a little bit of Thanksgiving prayer and wishes for everybody. And I just finished one for my Facebook, and I wanted to do one for all of you and whoever wishes to come on for this and watch this little blessing. And I know that everybody goes through their own little traditions or whatever for Thanksgiving. And I want to state one thing clear to folks, because I know, families have issues, and brothers and sisters will fight, and aunts and uncles, and, Uncle Dave farts on the couch, but here's the thing. I'm hoping, my prayer and my wish is that everybody will be civil to one another tomorrow or in a few hours, that family and friends, regardless of politics, you'll just call a truce, you know. Thanksgiving is supposed to be at the end of the year when everybody went through a hard summer, heartache and planting, and then the reaping in the fall, and coming into winter and trying to get things done. And so the idea of Thanksgiving was after all of the hard work and the first good cold snap of the year, kind of, sort of, that, we celebrate by having, quote, a feast. Now, a feast could be a can of pork and beans to a homeless person. In fact, I probably will have a can of beans for my supper tonight. But to the point, though, it's that people have mistaken the Thanksgiving thing to be about turkey and dressing and cranberry sauce and oyster dressing or whatever. And it's like, those are all really cool, good things. But they go through the fixings and the makings. It stresses them out. They holler at one another. Well, the pie's not done. Well, get out of the kitchen. Or, it shouldn't be that way. It should be like, hey, come on, let's share this. Okay, so the pie isn't done right away. Well, we'll just have to wait. Is there anything that could? Why? I know families are like, well, what about the good silver, and what about that, and oh my goodness, just you name it, folks can come up with stuff. And my prayer is that folks will just call it truce on anything stressful, and just be nice for one single day. Be thankful for what Creator has given you. Now, some folks might complain and say, well, I didn't get much this year. Well, but are you still here? Do you have a meal? Do you have a roof over your head? There are so many more people out there that are homeless, without food. I mean, the folks in California that got hit by the fires and stuff. And I mean, folks down in Guatemala with the volcanoes going off. I mean, there are folks who are suffering. And I don't mean just, a couple hours without having a soft drink or something to munch on. No, I'm talking about hungry till you've gone a couple of days and you've had to scrap and this and that and just piece a meal together. There are folks like that. A lot of folks like that. So when you sit down to eat, instead of complaining about, well, it took too long or dinner's late or whatever that stressful little innuendo of life might be for you, I'm asking you, can you look beyond that and go, you know what? So we don't have a turkey. So we don't have oyster dressing. Okay. So we don't have this or that. Okay. Are y'all together? Is your family together? I know part of my family's in Ohio and the other part of my family's around Tampa, Florida. I can't get to neither one of them. I would love to spend my Thanksgiving with my brothers and sisters, but this video is not about a complaint. It's to say that regardless of where my family is, I still love them. Regardless of what my family's eating tomorrow, those in Ohio, I don't know what they're having for dinner. Same with the folks in Florida. I don't know what they're having for dinner, but that's not the point. They're going to get together and they're going to have a meal together and they're going to share. They're going to say a prayer and they're going to wish for wellness between them and for the rest of the family. Now, my brother promised they'd call me tomorrow, and that would really be nice. But if something happens and they don't, I still love them. Yeah, I'm the old man of the group. I think there was like 9 brothers and sisters all together. Um, but to the point, though, it's not about whether or not I can actually sit with them. They've already sent me prayers, so I'm already with them in my heart. I'm already with them in spirit. Would I like to sit down with them side by side, give everybody a hug? Yes. But I understand that under the circumstances right now, I can't do that. But it's okay. Now, I say this because in previous years, I would get upset over the holidays. I can't go visit who I want to. I wished I was with my family. And you know what? And I had to realize that, you know what? On a spiritual level, I got to think on a higher dimension. I'm not really lonely because these people send me prayers. My family sends me prayers. They send me love. So I'm not really alone. It's all in my head if I think I'm alone. So for Thanksgiving, if you're missing a loved one, call them up. At least touch base with them and let them know in case they are lonely and miss you. Call them up. Even if there's been a difference between you, call them up. Be the grown up in the room and go, hi, Chuck. Hi, Dave. Hi, Grandma, whoever it is. Haven't talked to you in a while. I thought that today of all days, being Thanksgiving, I thought maybe I would just call you up and just say, I still think good thoughts for you and I still love you. And even though we can't spend our day together in person, just know that I'm sending you some good thoughts and good prayers. Have a great day. That's not really hard to do. But so many people find it difficult to do. And I can't quite understand that. So I do these little videos to kind of like poke you in the eye, if you will. Anybody that might watch this, I'm sending prayers out to everybody. I'm sending prayers out to you, my subscribers, to anybody who might watch this. And those prayers extend to your family, your friends, your neighbors, all of your relatives, and all of your relations. I'm sending this prayer out to all of y'all, as we say down here in the South. All y'all getting some of these prayers, okay? And I'm sending them out with my love and my compassion to all of you. Have a happy Thanksgiving. If stress starts to show up tomorrow, please put it out of your head. Be the grown up in the room and go, you know what? I don't have to argue. Uncle Dave farts in the chair every year, don't let it, don't, make a joke out of it. Try, if Aunt Mabel is, I don't know, she's wearing nasty perfume and you always hate Aunt Mabel's perfume. Just put up with it for a day and don't say anything, please. Just be nice for one single day. Because when we can bring peace to each and every one's household we visit, then we bring peace upon the earth. Even when, we're politically incorrect or they're a Democrat and now you're a walkaway or you're a Republican and nobody else is, or whatever the thing may be, you don't have to argue politics. If somebody brings it, just go, okay. You don't have to start a fight. You don't have to stand up for your rights. Take the day off. Let Thanksgiving be just that. Give thanks for what you do have. Give thanks that you can be with family members. And I'm not bitching here about myself, but sure, I wished I could be around family. I really do. And if you get a chance to be around family, please don't complain. Please. So you don't like a brother or sister, an aunt or an uncle or a cousin or something. So the fact that you can still meet together You might think in a year or so, if a person's gone and you go, well, man, I just wish that I had changed that. I wished I hadn't felt that way. I wished I had been nicer on Thanksgiving. Whatever it is, boy, regret's a hard pill to swallow and have to live with. And then that sort of leads to guilt, and then that drags your energy down. But what you can do is walk into possibly a very stressful situation, depending on your family and friends, and just go in there and just smile. Hi, everybody. Hey, what's happening? What about this? It's all good. How's this? Oh, fine. What's up? You don't have to go into big details. Just let tomorrow be a day of rest, a day of peace between you and family members and friends. And above all things, please be thankful for what you have. Well, we didn't have a big enough turkey. Oh, shut up. Do you have a turkey? Does it matter if you have a turkey? I'm having sausage and sauerkraut over mashed potatoes, and they're my potatoes I found in the garden yesterday. It's like, way cool, man. My heater's working. Man, I had a fire in it earlier tonight. Gonna have to go get some firewood here. That's to answer your question, Quartz. I think you asked me whether or not I had my heater hooked up or not. Yep, doesn't smoke too much in the house, but yeah, it's a good thing. But there are so many things that I'm grateful for and thankful for this year. Now, I'll probably spend the day by myself, but I'm going to be outside herding chickens, working in the garden, trying to plant. I've found some seeds that I can plant, some spinach and lettuce and things, and I've been working in the garden along, and the chickens have been, doing their job in the garden as well. But I'm very thankful for what little bit that I have. That little handful of potatoes I found out in my garden yesterday just plumb made me giddy. I know. What's a little handful of potatoes? When you find them in your own garden because you thought had dug them all up, and you find enough to make you Thanksgiving dinner, that's like a blessing. Yeah, okay, I planted them, but they're still in my garden. They're still my taters. And there's just enough, if somebody comes over, I'll share, but we might not but get a mouthful of peace, but that's not the point. The point is that when I discuss about, if you allow Creator to take care of you, if I might not have gotten what I wanted, but I have enough potatoes for what I need. So when I talk about needs and wants, I was like, I am so grateful for that little handful of homegrown potatoes. I'm giddy over the thing. It's like, oh wow, cool beans, man. It's my own taters. I don't have to eat somebody else's. But with this said, so many people kind of take Thanksgiving for granted. And it's like for those of us who've had a hard life and kind of been ostracized in ways, and I'm not just me, but I'm thinking of some other folks that have been kind of shoved to the wayside. Family, people that I know, their family members. I don't necessarily mean my family members, but family in the friends of family or my ex-wives or something like that. Folks that I know, and it's like some of their family members are just treated like bananas. They're treated like crap. And for Thanksgiving, they'll sit around the table and they'll pray to Jesus that God should bless this meal. And they'll leave some of their family members out. Don't care whether or not they eat or not, or whether or not they got clothes or if they're warm. And it's just, I look at some of these folks and I go, and you guys are Christians? Well, we all. But you won't even go for your own family just one day out of the year and invite them to dinner and not fight with them? No, well, that okay, forget it. All right, never mind. You're not on the same level as me, and I don't mean that in disrespectful. It's just I have a different understanding about this. I think that if you're going to take the true day of Thanksgiving to heart and to your soul, then you will do above and beyond. You will say prayers for folks that you don't necessarily like. You'll be thankful whether or not you have a big turkey or not. Be thankful. Be thankful even if it's just scrambled eggs and toast. Be thankful for what you have because so many others don't. And so on this Thanksgiving Day, coming up here in just a few minutes, actually, maybe the folks in Maine are already, or Nova Scotia, it's already Thanksgiving for them, but I digress. But that just, send out a prayer, and a good prayer, and mean it. And if you can take a plate to somebody, please do so. If you know somebody that might be spending the holiday by themselves, give them a call. At least tell them that you love them, or that you miss them, or that you're thinking about them. At least that. Oh my God. When my daughter talked to me last week or so, I was so thrilled that my daughter spent a few minutes on the phone with me because she's so busy. We don't ever have a chance to talk. And I was like, man, that was like the best present ever, just to speak to my daughter. Wow. So you never know what the other person's thinking. You say, well, I miss you, Pops. Yeah, but you got 5 minutes? Maybe you got somebody you need to call. I know there are folks I'd like to call. I'm doing these videos because I can't remember y'all's frickin' phone numbers, quite frankly. I can't find the address book, honestly. And some of y'all never gave me your phone numbers to begin with. So I'm doing this video on the Facebook and on here to tell all my subs, you Quartz Quantum and other people, you all have become my friends from wherever you're my galactic friends. You're my friends from out in the ether. I know you all exist in the true sense of the meaning, but we've never met. But you folks send me, birthday wishes, Thanksgiving wishes, hope that my wood stove is hooked up. I mean, you folks are my other family. And I love you all for it. Group hugs to everybody. So I know that you will probably do your best to have a good Thanksgiving. But there are other people, though, that can make the situation stressful. So we can avoid a fight if we try. And so I'm asking folks, look, make it a thankful day. Take the day off from being stressed. Somebody's trying to be stressful, just go up, put your hand on and say, it's okay. 5 minutes in the grand scheme of things is really not going to matter, and it's okay. All right, Aunt Zelda, you don't have to get pissed. Just calm down. We'll all make it. We know we all have an aunt that gets like that, probably. But the bottom line to this is that we can carry ourselves better. We're better than that. And so, I'd say I'm going to be by myself. I don't know. Somebody might show up tomorrow, but I don't really have any plans to go anywhere. And that's not to be rude or anything, but my family's out of town. And quite frankly, my friends haven't invited me. That's not a big issue. But if I were to call them up, say, hey, you got any pie? They might invite me over for coffee and pie, I can bring party favors, you know. So with all of you, I ask you that you have a wonderful day. You've already blessed me. And I've already been blessed by other ways and other things. I got potatoes out of my own garden. I'm tickled to death. I honestly mean it. That was just one wonderful surprise from Creator to me. Yeah, I planted them, I know, but there was like, wow, man, they survived all this time. And over the first little bit of frost we had too. It's like, wow, that's just cool. But in your own lives, if you do get around with family and friends, just if somebody starts to get stressed out, just calm them down. If they start to talk about politics, just say, not today. There are ways that we can keep things without just getting into a ruckus, if you will. And so when we can, we should. And if nothing else, then please extend to your family and friends. Ask them to honestly say a prayer with you for all those who have so little less to be thankful for. Now, a can of beans for a homeless person is like a steak dinner. Now, they might prefer the steak dinner, but, when you're hungry, a can of Bush's baked beans, that just happens to be the kind I like. But in fact, I'm probably going to have a can here in a little bit. But to the point, though, spread the love. Stop the arguing. If somebody needs something, get up and get it for them. just be, just go out of your way a little bit to make the day a little easier for somebody else. And I bet you by the end of the day, you may be tired, but there will be a lightness in your step that you'll just be you won't be stepping just quite so hard on the earth because your spirit will be lifted. And spread that to other people. Give everybody a group hug, you know, send out the love, spread the love, and feed somebody if you can. If you know somebody that may not be getting something and you got, I say 10 people around the table. I mean, it could be 3 or 4, but, I bet you there's going to be leftovers. And if you know somebody in your neighborhood that could use a plate of food, I know folks have brought me plates of food in the past and talk surprised and grateful and oh my God, I would have never made this if I would never had this if you hadn't brought it to me. Now I'm fine. I really am. But I always think about other folks and how lonely some folks are. I know some women who are about my age, in their very late 50s or, in their 60s who really don't have anyone. And I think about some of these folks and I do little videos like this to although I don't mention any names, they know I'm talking to them. If you're lonely and by yourself, understand that Creator is always with you. When you extend your heart, your soul, your spirit, then you can understand. I know my family loves me. My brothers and sisters up in Ohio, my brothers and sisters in Florida, my daughter down in Pensacola way. They can't get to me and I can't get to them, but they've already sent me wishes. So I'm not alone. Now, years ago, as I've stated, I used to cry all day long. I can't be with my family. Well, I was also, suffering from severe depression and head trauma. But to the point, though, I realized that over these years, they're always with me if I tune in. If I listen for their love, I'll hear it. And of course, yeah, they'll send me a message, but that's just to be like icing on the cake. Hey, brother, here's an email. We're all sitting up here thinking about you, and we just had a prayer, and we're all eating pie. And okay, so my Thanksgiving wish is y'all eat a piece of pie for me. Put a little good whipped cream on it. Don't get that non-dairy crap. Put some real cream on it, Have a good piece of pie. Now, I prefer sweet tater and then pumpkin and then pecan, kind of sort of in that order. Now, they make a fake pecan with like Ritz crackers and stuff. And oh man, that thing's good too. But I'm going to probably miss out on the pie tomorrow, but that's okay. I'm now that my mouth is watering, I'm gonna go look for some sweet potatoes. By the end of this weekend, I'm gonna make my own sweet potato pie. I gotta go get some pie crust and some fresh sweet taters so I can make my own pie. But to the point though, have a piece of pie for me. If you want to do me a favor, just when you're eating a piece of pie, think about Hawkeye. Think about Dave. Man, Dave, I wish Dave could have a piece of this pie. I'll get it. That's all I want. I'm already happy for Thanksgiving, and we still got about 8 minutes left before we turn to 12 o'clock here. So, Quartz tinfoil, it's good to see you. This wasn't supposed to be a long video. I just wanted to wish everybody a very happy Thanksgiving and just spread the love and the joy and the food if you can, and that I'm probably going to be herding chickens and planting my garden tomorrow, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Kind of looking forward to it, but I am going to miss out on the pie. I really wished I'd went into town yesterday and got some sweet potatoes. I'm going to miss out on the pie, but that's okay. I'll make it. There's pie on Friday and Saturday. It's not just tomorrow, but of all the things that I could think of about Thanksgiving that I would miss, not going to really miss the turkey. Oyster dressing, maybe, some of those scrumdiddlyumptious things that some of the old timers used to make for our Thanksgiving dinners. But the biggest thing I'm going to miss is pie. I'm going to miss the pie. That's my thing. Going to miss the pie. So have a piece of pie for me And let me find my glass to see what y'all got to say here. Uh, I just wanted to say blessings to all of you. Uh, I'm you didn't get invited anywhere for Thanksgiving. Will be my first Thanksgiving where no one invited me over to gathering. I did get an invite from someone in Texas, but I don't live in Texas. Yeah, I kind of sort of got that same thing, Quartz. Well, you and I can hang out tomorrow. I got some blackberry brandy in the refrigerator. I don't drink very much, but I was thinking about having me a toddy tomorrow. I'll do I'll do a shot with you. You know, I hope people don't think Thanksgiving is all about food. Exactly. You're right on the money with that one, Quartz. They too many things are. It's all about the food. Well, it should be about sharing a meal, not necessarily the food per se. But I'm with you. Hey, tinfoil. Hey, man. Happy holidays. Good to see you too. Shazam. I just harvested a lone pepper off the back porch room and like to froze. You know, those frozen peppers, I had a few of those too. Yeah, I was just going to say Sergeant Pepper's frozen pepper pan. Never mind. Harvester of sorrow. I got you. That's a good joke. I like that one. You bought a bunch of stuff and now it's got to be cooked. The shopping is the easiest job, right? Thanks. Happy holidays. Dang, I'd bring some over if I could. Well, might as well be on different continents. Absolutely. But tinfoil, if you got pie, just have a piece of pie for me. I'll be happy. And Quartz, if you're going to be by yourself tomorrow, I don't know what I'm going to do or how the weather's going to be. Might just get on here and we just hang out for Thanksgiving just because. But anyway, I just want to make this a short one. And it really doesn't matter about what we eat tomorrow. It is about who we can share the day with. And even if it's doing a video and sharing it with folks that, I've never met you folks personally, but I would love to come hang out with some of you folks. I mean, it just seems like we'd have a ball. But anyway, wait, hang on. You wrote something else. Maybe I'll even take a video, said pie. There's sweet potato and pumpkin. Oh man, you would just make me drool all over the place. Of course, I'm already kind of drooling, but that's my old age. But anyway, thank you all, thank you all, thank you all, and have a happy day. Quartz, you're never alone, brother. I'll be with you. I'm trying to do a video of how of showing me herding chickens in my garden. To me, it's hilarious. But I guess you got to be here, to see those little chickens' eyes looking up at you when they're like, What do you want us to do? Come this way, my chickens." It's nuts, but I am that way anyway. So have some pie for me. Be kind to one another, and we'll talk at you later. Be safe, y'all. And I do love you. So group hugs from here. So ending prayer, as always, I pray that you, your family, all your relatives, and all your neighbors and friends and relations will accept and receive the blessings from the Creator, that you also will share those blessings with your family and friends, and that you will all accept and receive the healings, the knowledge, and the wisdom from Creator and from the source that's always there. So, Hawkeye out from here. I'm going to go plan my chicken rustling for tomorrow and plant some spinach. So, be safe, be kind, and peace out to you, Quartz, tinfoil, and everybody else that's listening. Till next time, it's the old crazy hippie from Southwest Georgia. Bye for now. Yeah, buddy.